That's right, back at it again. Just some guy doing some things. Copper plater. Out with the old. In with the new. So out with the old, in with the new. I had someone comment about how my videography was terrible. You know how trolls are. So I thought I would do a new one to help everyone to see what's going on. So I got questions a lot about the components that I've been using. So this is a worm gear, it looks like. 3D printed gear. Then I have my power supply for my cathode and my anode, if that's even what they're called. That's this. This is a motor controller. And this is a motor controller for my bubbles. I 3D printed everything at 100% infill. It was 2 complete rolls of filament. And then 3D printed. This is what I'm excited about right here. This is all one solid piece, as opposed to the last one being pieced together and pushed together. I think now that my axle is actually in line, I should be able to do probably about 7 pounds of lead at once. So this side does not have a hole in it. This side does have a hole in it. There's a hollow piece, a hollow hole right here. I made a hole here for the cathode to go into the bucket. Okay? Hollow shaft right here for this to go into right like this, right? So, I got the tabletop. I'm going to put it together the best as I can for you guys to be able to see it. And I am not a Mr. Wizard, but I do have 2 cameras and hopefully it'll help. So, bearing, I 3D printed. Halfway in between, I put nylon bearings in there. That, blammo, just like that. I found out last night that it is much easier to put the motor through first. Before putting on the barrel. So all I'm doing right now is just getting these started so they stay into place. So 100% infill on all these puppies was the plan. I had some issues with the connectors. So this is basically how we're going to do this. So we can keep it visual. Alright, and then these go in. These are 100% infill. I ran out of infill halfway in between, if you can't see that. That's fantastic. Bottom. 3D printed nuts. Just tighten those down. Okay. Next we'll do the other sides. The top ones. Those puppies in like that. Tighten those down. Yeah, I think that my other one kept breaking because the sole fact of nothing was very aligned, because it was 3D printed and stuck together, and I mean, I'm just some guy doing some things, so how am I supposed to know if it's aligned properly or this, that, or the other thing, or whatever the case may be? But this seems to be working. So I put in the bearing. I printed off 3D washers. This one I know takes one. One and done. Take it here. Slide it in. Almost like it fits. Look at that. Another washer, same deal, 3D printed. This one I ran out of filament, so you can see. That one will go in there like that. Now, did I? Cannot remember if I had this on a washer. I believe I did have a washer on this side as well. Alright. And then try to line it all up. Spicy. Oh. Yeah, last time it was rough. It was like, so just tighten these down. Oh, sheet nuggets. I forgot to attach the other thing. So I have to do that here in a second. And my other ones, I don't know what happened when I was 3D printing it, but my These were left-handed threads on this side the other time, which made it to where I couldn't really tighten down too well. Yeah, that's nice and taut. It's taut! Yeah, see, it never spun that free before, so. So I guess the only difference would be, before I do that, is I need to put on, I have this mounted, something a little bit funky, but it's alright. So this, like I said, is what controls the power that goes to the cathode and the anode. It's wired up in the back. On-off switch for it, even though it has this built-in one. I love this one because you can dial it in meticulously. But I've got this little makeshift way that sits over here, so I have to take this. Well, all right. Okay. Alright. So before I actually hook that back up and put in the anode, I'm going to make sure how it spins. Excuse me. Alright, these are just finger tight on the motor so we can see where we need to tighten it down. Alright, moment of truth. Now when I'm tumbling lead, I like to make sure it goes as slow as possible. And when I did this before, it would stop by itself, no matter how much power I gave it. Like right now, I'm giving it 1 volt, 0.13 amps on the motor, and it's not stopping by itself. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of force. Not that I would ever run it that fast, but all right, cathode. Try to make it to where it'll actually shut off when it's supposed to. All right, cathode. All right. Cut off this zip tie. Open up my little lid. That's just held on by zip ties. That's it. Alright, cathode, 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 cathode. Now, when I did my cathode, I put a bend in it like this. And then I also put a bend in it like this because you want it to kind of sit flush on the bottom of your plater or your barrel or whatever you feel like calling it. You are more than welcome to. That's a little bit. And I like to get it centered in there. Bend it again. Oh yeah, so this is my cathode. This is a half-inch piece of copper pipe with a old jumper cable. And what I did is I took this part, I stripped this, fed it into here, and then filled the whole thing with lead. So the lead weights it down while it's in there. So this feeds through, and then it just rests kind of right there on the bottom. Now, what I do is I bring it up and around. And then I printed off this little piece right here. So it would basically catch that. And then, like I said, I have this piece that holds this into place. So I don't have to go searching for it. And then once that's sticking out through the top or the front, I'll kind of line this up like this. Take out the slack. I'll take a big ass binder clip, clip it down to where it doesn't walk around. Now, when I go to actually do a plating, I will probably zip tie all four sides as well, or come up with some alternative latching method. But that's on there. Anode is in, cathode is in there. Turn it on. Oh, none of this is hooked up, that's why it's not working. So, alright, so that looks good there, it looks good there. Take that, pull it out. I'll leave it right where it's at. Tighten this one down. that, my friends, is a nice, hopefully solid. Dude, it's making hardly any noise compared to the way it did before. I'll take this. This is a hollow, or not hollow, but it's a what is it? I don't know. It's a fish tank. For a fish tank, a bubbler, so that apparently, I don't know the validity of it at all, but it apparently helps with airflow for the copper. I don't know, but I do it anyway. But when I do bubbles, I do like hardly any bubbles at all. So that'll come up and plug into my bubbler. Right there. And that, right there, is a completed copper plating machine. Next time I go to plate something, maybe I'll shoot a video. Maybe not. I don't know. I just do videos because I think they're cool. Sounds like it's spinning. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Booga da Gula, do a hula dance. Remember, just some guy doing something. Yeah, I like to see that. Destruction!